Dear students, let us start few of the problems on the properties of LTI systems. The following are the impulse response of a continuous LTI systems. Determine whether each system is memoryless, causal and stable. Justify your answers. So here in this particular problem, he has asked to find whether the given impulse response is a memoryless, causal or stable. So whenever you answer whether it is memoryless, non-memoryless, causal, non-causal, stable and non-stable, but you have to justify your answer. So these are the list of the problems he has given, like A to H. They are different types of problems are being given. Let us go for the first problem. Given x of n is equal to h of t is equal to 3 into delta t. Delta t is nothing but we know that it is an unit impulse response. It is an unit impulse response and 3 is nothing but your amplitude here is. So before going to solve this problem, let us know that what is memoryless, what is non-memoryless, then causal, non-causal, stable and non-stable. So what is memoryless? Memory means which requires, the given problem requires memory or which does not require a memory. In the last classes we have seen that what is the properties, we have studied the properties about the memoryless and then causal and stable here. So before going to this also, let us just brief about what is a memoryless and a non-memoryless. A memoryless is a system which any output depends upon only the present value of the input. Remember that a memoryless output depends only on the present value of the input. That is called as a memoryless. What is causal? Causal means the output depends only on the present or the past values of the input. Okay, so what is causal? The output depends only on the present or past value of the input to the system. That is called as a causal. Only present, remember, present or past. Then it is called as a causal. What is stable? If the given output means if the system is stable, means for every bounded input it produces a bounded output. We know this definition. A system is stable if every bounded input produces a bounded output. Means the output should be less than the infinity. Then only the system is said to be a stable. So we know what is memoryless, we know what is causal, we know what is a stable system. Now let us go for the problems. Let us go for the first problem he has given. H of t is equal to 3 into del of t. Del of t is nothing but your unit impulse response. So given h of t is equal to 0, for t is equal to, for t is not equal to 0. So how you are going to draw your del of t? This is your del of t, which is existing only for 0. For all other values it is 0. So the system is memoryless. So the system is said to be memory. Memory is not required because it is not holding the past or it is only giving the present value. Hence it is a memoryless. What is non-memoryless means? Non-memoryless means which requires memory, which requires the past value and future value. Past value means which will be represented with minus sign, and future value will be represented as plus value. I will tell you in the further examples if you get a non-memoryless this one. Now the present given problem is, h of t is equal to 3 into del of t. So since h of t is equal to 0, for t is not equal to 0. Hence the system is memoryless. Next, what is whether it is a causal or not? What is a causal? I told you. Causal depends only on the present or the past. So it is depending only on the present value. Hence, the system is called causal. And next one is a stable value. 3 into del of t. 3 is less than infinity. Hence, the system is said to be a stable. Hence, the system is said to be stable. Let us go for the next problem. H of t is equal to e to the power of minus 3t u of t minus 1. U of t minus 1. First, how you are going to draw your u of t? U of t, how you are going to draw? It starts from 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, and this is called as u of t. But u of minus t, how you are going to draw? U of minus t means you are going to write it as from minus 1. This is your u of t minus 1, and its amplitude is 3 into e to the power of minus t. It is there. So what is this e to the power of minus 3? It is like e to the power. Whenever it is a minus, the graph will show like this. This is called as exponential e to the power of minus t. So it is decrementing from minus infinity to plus infinity. The value goes on decrementing. So first we should understand the given problem now. So it has u of t minus 1 means it will start from the plus value, and it is decrementing. So now let us see whether it is a memoryless or memory. So it is now it requires memory. So it is called as the system is said to be not memoryless, because it requires a memory. Whereas the last problem, it was just del of t. It was the present value. It does not require any memory. Hence the system is memoryless. Whereas this now, it is u of t minus 1, and it is exponential e to the power of minus t. It is there. So the system is said to be non-memoryless. Then what about this causal? Causal is depending only on the present and the past. Yes, no, it is depending upon the past value of t minus 1, and here it is depending only. Previous problem, you see, it is del of t. It is depending only on the present value, hence the system is causal. But in this problem, it is u of t minus 1. It is there. So it is a past value. Still the system is called as causal value. If we go for a stable, whether the system is said to be stable. So we have this e to the power of, because it is a CTS problem, we represent or write it as integration of from minus 1 to infinity e to the power of minus. When you do that, this is less than infinity value you are going to get. Hence the system is called as stable. So did you understand? Now let us go for the next problem, that is h of t is equal to e to the power of 2t into u of t minus 1. So as usual, we know that u of t minus 1 means you are going to write it as, this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3. This is your u of t minus 1. And for this has been multiplied with your exponential e to the power of 2t it is. So how you are going to write your e to the power of 2t? E to the power of 2t means it starts from increasing order. This is your u of e to the power of 2t. It is e to the power of 2t. Now let us see. So we have understood what is a given response. H of t is equal to e to the power of 2t into u of t minus 1. So first, whether the system requires memory or not. It is u of t minus 1. Yes, it requires memory. Hence it is called as not memoryless. Next, it is minus 1. It is the past value. Hence it is a causal value. And this is, since e to the power of t, u of t minus 1. U of t minus 1 means it is going till infinity value. There is no end. Since the system is called as unstable. It is called as unstable. The system is called. Whereas the previous example here you see, it is limited to e to the power of minus 3 by 3 less than infinity value. Hence, the system is stable. But here the problem is different. Here the problem is he has given e to the power of 2t u of t minus 1 here it is. So when you do this, it is when you integrate it and you substitute, this is equal to what? It is equal to infinity. The system is said to be unstable. So similarly we will go for the another problem. Next problem, h of t is equal to e to the power of minus t u of t plus 100. By just seeing this problem only you can know that e to the power of minus t means it is from decreasing order, and u of t plus 100 means it starts with minus 100. Here it is like this. So this is a u of t and this is the e to the power of minus t, it is there. Now we will see that it is t plus 100. So t plus 100 means you require memory. Hence the system is called as not memoryless. The system is called as not memoryless. If you go for a causal, see the output is depending on the future value. Future means if there is t plus something else, then the system is means future value. But what is causal? Causal is depending only on the present and past, but it is depending on the future. So it is a non-causal value. When you integrate this one, you are going to get, that is nothing but it is less than the infinity value. Hence the system is stable. Hence the system is stable. Hope you are following these problems, simple problems. You should know the logic here. See, in these 4 problems itself we came to know. If this is t minus 1, so it is a past tense, so the system is called causal. This is u of t plus 100, it is a future, so the system is non-causal value. And it is e to the power of minus t, it is e to the power of 2t, it is. When you integrate it, you can see that the system here it is unstable here, and here the system is stable. In these 2 problems there is very clear statement about memoryless, causal, stable or non-stable. So now here another problem he has given. In the previous problem he has given an expression, impulse response he has given in terms of expression, and now here you see the given h of t is equal to e to the power of t u of minus 1 minus t it is. So plot first h of t. So when you plot this h of t, this is how you are going to get it, because e to the power of t is what? It is an increasing order. This is your u of t. When you draw it, this is your increasing order. What is u of minus 1 minus t? It starts like this. So it is minus 1 minus t, it is towards the plus. So you can see that this is a graph shown for your h of t. Based on this, you have to check whether the system is stable or non-stable. So you can see that the system is non-memoryless because it requires a memory to store these values. Hence it is called as non-memoryless. It is a non-causal value because it is depending upon the future value. Hence it is a non-causal value. And here the system is said to be stable because it is less than the infinity value. Why it is less than infinity value? You can see that it starts from minus infinity and it is ending with 1 only. It is not gone. So there is some value between this. So there is a definite value. Hence it is less than the infinity value. Hence the system is said to be stable. So next we will go for the another problem. H of t is equal to e to the power of I think it is not clear that. We'll go for the next problem. You can just see from your textbook. Similarly, you can do all other problems like this. There are few problems on that is DTS problems are there. Till now we have done CTS problems. These problems are on DTS problems. Similarly, you should find the following are the impulse response of a discrete time LTI system. Determine whether each system is memoryless, causal and stable. What we have done in DTS, same thing, what we have done in CTS, the same thing you have to follow in DTS. Let us go for the first problem now. The first problem you can observe here. I think here also he has given around I think 10 to 11 problems he has given. You practice all these problems. Let us go for the first problem here. It is h of n is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of n u of n. What is your u of n? How you write your u of n? U of n is nothing but you need like this. You are going to write till infinity value because it is now DTS. This is your u of n and its amplitude is 1 by 2 to the power of n it is. Now you can see whether you require memory. H of n is not equal to 0 for n is not equal to 0. Now I have shown that sketch. Hence the system is not memory. It requires memory is required to hold all these value. It is not depending upon the present value because n value is going on changing as you go on writing. N is equal to, for n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, dash 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 to infinity value go on. So you require a memory. Hence the system is called as not memoryless. Is called as not memoryless. Whether it's a causal, yes, it is depending only on the present and the system is even the future value. I think the system should be a non-causal, the present and the past value it is given because h of n is equal to 0 for n is less than 0, then the system is causal. And whether the system is stable, it is if you do summation. We know that for DTS we go for summation, and when you do this simplification 2 is less than infinity, hence the system is stable. Next we will go further. You see there the next problem you see h of n is equal to 0.99 volt to the power of n u of n plus 3. So u of n plus 3 means what actually? Plus 3 means this is u of n. What is n plus 3? Minus 3 it will go. It is minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3 like this. So you have the impulse like this from it starts from minus 3 to infinity value is there. So you can see that h of the system is not memory because you require memory. Hence the system is not memoryless. Do not confuse here because the system is not memoryless means you require memory. If you just think of the word only memoryless means you do not require memory. If you think of these two, combine these two words, not memoryless means you require memory. So for this given impulse response you require memory, hence the system is called as not memoryless. So next if you go for the causal, so you can just see here the given impulse response, it is u of n plus 3 means it is a future value. Future means it is a non-causal. What is causal? Depending only on the present or past. But since it is u of n plus 3, the system is called as non-causal. So similarly the system, if you simplify this, put it into the summation, simplify this, you are going to get less than infinity. If it is less than infinity, then the system is called as stable. Similarly, you can go for the other problem. Let h of n is equal to n into 1 by 2 all to the power of n, u of n it is here. So now you go, since h of n is not equal to 0, for n is not, then the system is non-memoryless. You require memory, hence the system is called as not memoryless. Whether the system is causal? Yes, the system is causal here. Why? Because it is depending only on the present value of n. It is depending only on the u of n. It is not u of n minus 1 or u of n plus 1. It is depending only on u of n. Hence the system is causal. So similarly, you can simplify this by putting into summation and check what value you are going to get it. When you get less than infinity, then the system is said to be a stable value. So next let us go for the another problem. So like this, you have many other problem. You can just go through it. They are similar to whatever have been explained here. And if you go for one more here, you can just see. If you go for this one example I am giving. So here h of n is equal to del of n plus sine of sine of n into pi. See this. Given impulse response h of n is equal to del of n plus sine n pi. Go on substituting the value of n. So n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. If you substitute it, what you are going to get? Sine of 0 is 0, sine of pi is 0, sine of 2 pi, 3 pi, everything you are getting 0. So what will be left out? It will be left out with only del of n. It will be left out with only del of n. Only if it is left out with del of n. Now the given h of n is equal to 0, for n is not equal to 0, so the system is memoryless, because you don't require any memory at all. So the system is called as memoryless because it is only depending upon the present value, that is nothing but del of n. Now you can observe, only present means the system is causal. So it is less than infinity value. Del of 0 is what? 1. Less than infinity value. So the system is stable. Like that you should go on finding for the other values. Next, another problem we have here. H of n is equal to cos of n, u of n. Similarly, go on substituting your n value, cos 0, cos 1 and all, what all you are going to get. So there is some values are there. Since there are some values, you require memory to store, hence it is called as not memoryless. And the system is depending only on the present value, and the past value, the system is called as causal. And if you go for this one, and if you substitute in summation from 0 to infinity value and you add, you are going to get infinity value. The system is called as unstable. So similarly, you can do all the problems like this. There are n number of problems, examples here given. Just to practice all these problems. There is one typical problem here. I'm going to explain this. Just go through this. The output and the input of LTI system is related by, you can now see this. This is your output. Y of n is equal to 0.8 into x of n plus 1 plus 0.8 x of n minus 0.4 x of n minus 1. This is your output. Now what is asking us? The output and the input of an LTI system is related by like this. Then what is asking us? So he is asking us, find the impulse response of the system. Is the system memoryless? Is the system causal? Is the system stable? Find the output if x of n is equal to u of n plus 1 minus u of n minus 3. Now you have to note down here, for some value of x of n, this is the output you are getting. Okay, he has given. Now a bit, what is your a bit here? It is find the impulse response. Find the impulse. Put x of n is equal to del of n. Put x of n is equal to del of n. Then what is your y of n? Y of n is equal to your h of n. So what is your impulse response now? H of n is equal to, here you see, here the amplitude is 0.8. So you are writing h of n is equal to 0.8. You have written this one. Take only the amplitude value. Take only the amplitude value, that is 0.8, 0.8 and minus 0.4 here. So when you observe here, it is this del of n is nothing but it is when I draw like this. When I draw this del of n, this is at 0, this is at minus 1, this is at 1. So when you look into del of n plus 1 means it is nothing but at minus value. So and del of n minus 1 means it is at plus and its amplitude is minus 0.4. One second. So when you write this, how you are going to represent? When you take this at minus 1, you have minus 0.4. This is at 0. This is your amplitude as 0.8. So this is a signal he has given. This is your del of n he has given at 0, at minus 1, at 1. This is a signal. So now according to that you can see now, according to that you can see that this arrow head indicates it is at a origin 0 and this is at minus 1 and this is at plus 1. So this is an impulse response. Based on this you can see now whether the system is memoryless, causal or non-causal. H of n, you can see the system is, you require memory. Why? Because you have to store at 1 and 0. It is not depending only on the present. So you require memory. Hence the system is called as not memoryless. Whether the system is causal or not. So how you will tell? So causal means it depends upon the present and past. But it is also depending on the future, no? Because it is plus 1. So the system is called as non-causal value. When you substitute your values, then the system is less than infinity value. 2 is less than infinity, then the system is called as stable. Next, if you go for the next bit, what is the next bit? Is the system memoryless? Okay, is the system memoryless? We have seen whether the system is causal. Now the system is stable. And next what he has given in the last bit, he has given find the output if x of n is equal to u of n plus 1 minus u of n minus 3. This is very important now. See how he has done this. First what you have to do is, you have to draw what is your given x of n. What is your given x of n? How you are going to draw your x of n? How you are going to draw your x of n? When I draw your x of n, this is your x of n. When I draw this x of n, so this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is minus 1, this is minus 2 and all. This is u of n plus 1. Plus 1 means it is at minus 1. And minus u of n minus 3. Minus 3 means still it is at plus 3. When you subtract these two, when you do this, you are going to get this signal. When you subtract u of n plus 1 minus u of n minus 3, you are going to get. Once again, I will show you just here. This one you want it. How? First draw the signal. When I draw the first signal, what is u of n? This is u of when I try to draw this x of n, When I draw this, what is your u of n for this particular term? It is at -1. This is 0 and it will continue like this. Then if I draw this, it is at u of n minus 3 means at plus it is. So it will start from 3. It will start from 3. This is 1, 2, 3. And from 3, if you subtract this, you are going to get it is from -1 and 1 and 2. 4 impulse you are going to get it. If you do this one, you have already done in the first module how to draw the signals. So when you got that, so these values are like this. These values are like this. This is at 0, this is at -1, 1 and 2. So this arrow head indicates it is at margin 0. So this is 0, this is -1, 1 and 2. So did you understand this? How did you get this value here when you draw this? Now this x of n, you have to substitute in the given expression, that is nothing but your y of n is x of n plus 1. When you substitute, its amplitude will be the same. So how to draw? Just I will draw the signals, you can see here. First you have to draw your x of n plus 1. When here it is where x of n plus 1 means it is like minus. It is at -1, 0, 1, 2. So this is your, and its amplitude is how much? This is all amplitude is 0.8. Next what you have to draw this. Now you have to draw this. X of n is at 0. Okay, this is 1, 2 and 3 and its amplitude will be 0.8. Similarly you draw for n minus 1 and add all those things. Then you are going to get these values. Directly here the values are be given. You can draw the graph and you can add it. When you add it, there is a shift. See, it was 0, next it will be shifted here, next it is been shifted, next add all these terms. This is 0.4, you will get 0.4. Then you see from here, let me add here. This, when you add this, when you add this is your point. This is your 0.8, you got your 0.8 here. 0.8 is 1.6 will get. 0.4, 0.8 you are going to get 1.2, you can see that. Then 0.8, this one you will get till this one, and it is 0.4, you are going to get this value line, and this is your last value minus 0.4, you are going to get it. So you do this one, you are going to get substitute use your x of n in terms of this given y of n. Means what is asking here? Here what is asking is, if your x of n is this one, what will be your y of n? That is what he wanted. In the first what he has given, he himself for different x of n, he has written your y of n. He is written your y of n. But now what he is asking is, if the x of n is this one, what will be your y of n? So that y of n is nothing but your this one. Draw as we have done in the first module. Draw it and add all the signals. Here he has not shown the signal. Directly he has added all the amplitude and you will get this answer. So similarly you have different problems based on this. You please go through. If you have any doubt, you please call. There is one more here. Another problem I will just go through here. Evaluate the step response for LTI system. Here it is. Now step response, I told you, it is one of the property here. So how to find the property? You know, for CTS we use the integration For DTS we use the summation value. So based on that, let me go one problem. The other problem, it is simple. It is a integration value or summation value. If it is a DTS, you can just go through. Let me go for the first problem. H of t is equal to u of t. What is a given problem? Given problem, h of t is equal to u of t. What is the formula for step response? S of t is equal to, from minus infinity to t, h of tau into t tau. What he has given for h of t? H of t is equal to u of tau. U of tau is nothing but 1. Integrate it 1, you are going to get t. But since it is a step response, the s of t should be written as t into u of t. Did you understand this? See what he has given. The given problem is h of t is equal to u of t. Find the step response. Evaluate the step response he has given. So how to evaluate? The step response formula is this. Substitute your u of t. U of t, we know that u of t is nothing but, it is u of t is nothing but your 1. This is your u of t. This is 0 to infinity value it is there. From 0, that is from 0 to that is in general he has given from minus t to minus infinity to t. So substitute. But when we go for u of t is existing only from 0 to infinity value. Infinity is nothing but some t value, finite value. That's why the integration will change. General integration is, when you tell generally, it is been represented, the formula is from minus infinity to t. It is from minus infinity to plus t. But the given problem, what it is there, it is just u of t. U of t will exist from 0 to t. Integrate it, you are going to get t into u of t. Similarly, the other problem is there. H of t is equal to t into u of t. Integration, write the formula, substitute your t into u of t. U of t is nothing but 1. So you have tau into d tau. What is the integration of tau? Is nothing but t square by 2. Substitute your upper and lower limit, you are going to get s of t is equal to like this. So similarly, the other problems also you can go. But here in this problem, you can see that h of t is equal to e of modulo of t it is. It is modulo of t. Modulo means you have to take it for plus and minus sign here it is. So once he has taken for t less than 0, he has integrated, he has got e to the power of t. If you go for t greater than 0 or equal to 0, you have from minus infinity to 0 and from 0 to t. Why? Because you can see it. It is from minus infinity to 0. Another integration is from 0 to t value. If this is from 0 to t value, and this is from minus infinity to 0. So based on that, he has substituted and he has found what is the step response here. Similarly, we have the other problem. Just go through. It is an integration, and if you have any doubt, you can call us.